Climate change and sustainability are driving the most fundamental shift in business ever. In the next 10 to 15 years, it's estimated that up to 50% of companies could disappear because they don't make the transition to being sustainable businesses fast enough. And the question is, will your company make it? The challenge for all companies now is to become sustainable as fast and as effectively as possible, creating the truly sustainable world that we all want to live in. Humans have been amazing over the last 3,000 years. We've created fantastic technology, put man on the moon, had jets crisscrossing the planet, and been connected like never before via the internet. We've started reducing poverty and made our lives richer and longer, but it's come at great cost because
2014 will go down as the warmest year around the globe in recorded history.
2015 was the hottest year since climate records began.
Figures show this July was the single hottest month in recorded history.
Australia sweltered through its hottest spring on record.
The phenomenon was a short-term trigger to a long-term global warming caused by human
now risk reversing all the gains we've made in the last 3,000 years. We have to fix things by being more sustainable. Now, for us to achieve that, we need to understand what sustainability means. And the best way to do that is to look at the UN Sustainability Development Goals. Those goals and the metrics associated with them are going to be the key drivers for us to be sustainable. The good news is that many of the biggest companies and their CEOs realize this already, with Amazon, Microsoft, IKEA, and more setting advanced and comprehensive sustainability and carbon footprint goals. And we've got Larry Fink, the CEO of BlackRock, who says,
we believe a portfolio that focuses on sustainability and climate change will be a portfolio that outperforms. So the main component of the letter is saying this is going to be a great investment over the next 10 years.
And last year, in KPMG's prestigious Global CEO report, 76% of CEOs said that climate change and sustainability was the biggest risk on their businesses going forward. But it's not just about carbon. We're seeing a real focus on more diverse workforces. In Q2 2019, just 4% of the S&P 500 mentioned diversity on earnings calls. But in 2020 Q2, 40% of the S&P 500 mentioned it. And soon, companies will be more focused on water, plastics, packaging, supply chain, with real transparency of data, as companies realize that to be competitive and investable in the future, you have to be sustainable. But how do companies start being sustainable, or be sustainable faster and smarter than they already are doing? Those are the questions that companies are grappling with, especially in the middle of the pandemic. But what we are seeing is that companies and investors have actually been spurred by the pandemic to really understand and factor in future risk on their businesses. And no future risk is bigger than climate change. Now companies are setting aggressive carbon, water, and waste targets, such as Microsoft's fantastic pledge to be carbon negative by 2030. The question is how to hit those targets. But those targets are large, difficult to achieve, and not far away. The only way to do it is by AI-driven automation. Automating the modeling, the reporting, the management, the goals setting, the metrics, comprehensively across an organization and their supply chain. We all need to get our brains focused on this problem now. Set clear goals and targets for our companies to secure their future by being more sustainable, faster and smarter.